Hi everyone, this is Charmander, and in this video, I'm going to be covering the low spend range main hero progression strategy guide for players that are low spend specifically and wants to be range main. Before we continue on to this video, make sure that you have already watched my ultimate guide to succeeding as a low spend player and the ultimate guide to progressing in Doomsday Last Survivor from early to mid game to late game to give you a baseline on how to progress your account in this game. Other important videos to watch is the range field hero pairs and the updated range hero tier list. This is a realistic guide for low spend range field players. This means you're most likely going to be a field focused range player, which also means you're not likely to be the main rally or garrison in a game, although you could potentially be a backup rally or backup range garrison if you've been playing for over a year and you have proper armaments and workshop. And you would definitely be able to use your range heroes for the purpose of counter rally as well. However, for this low spend player guide specifically, is going to be mainly focused on range field. In the next few videos, when it comes to mid spend, dolphin, and whale range players, I'm also going to be covering when they are range focus or garrison focus. With that being said, since you are going to be a low spend range player and you're going to be buying gold, you have to make sure that you buy gold from the gold store as you can get more value for your money. For example, the gold monthly pass costs $19.99 US, but instead of getting, let's say, $20, you're actually going to get 1,999 gold upon making this purchase, which is equivalent to $19.99. But as an added bonus, over the next 30 days, you're going to be earning 70 gold per day for a grand total of 2,100 extra gold or $21. So if you add that with the 1,999 gold that you get right off the bat and also the rest of the gold that you get over a period of 30 days, you're actually going to get 4,099 gold, which is equivalent to $40.99. So you essentially more than double the $20 that you spent, and you now have double the purchasing power, which is a really smart thing to do. The next thing that you need to buy as a low spend player is the gold weekly pass. For the gold weekly pass, it's going to cost you $1.99 per week, and upon making this purchase, you're going to get 199 gold, which is equivalent to $1.99. You're also going to get 210 gold over 7 days because you're going to get 30 gold per day. So this is a grand total of 409 gold over a period of 7 days, which is equivalent to $4.09. If you multiply that by 4, which is going to be 4 weeks, then it's going to be 1,636 gold or $16.36. So for the price of roughly $8 per month, you're actually going to get a little over $16 worth of gold. So you double the value of the money you spent to buy the gold. So by spending $27.95 per month on the monthly gold pass and the weekly gold pass, you're actually going to get $57.35 worth of value, which is essentially doubling your money. So this is the smart way for you to approach low spend as a player. In this video, we're going to be covering which area of being a range player you should focus on first, starting from the most important all the way to the least important. So we're going to be covering heroes first, which is really important, followed by armaments, which is going to be the most important thing to make your hero stronger, followed by workshop, beasts, equipment, refinement, and parts. We're also going to cover PvP events briefly and how to approach it, as well as how to best use the alliance gold that you get when you join an alliance. So why don't we go jump in? So the important heroes for you to get is definitely going to be Sophie, which you can get from Lucky Roulette. The second best hero to get is going to be Julia. Again, you're going to get her from Lucky Roulette as well. For top commander, you are definitely going to be getting either Ethan or Bard, so it's up to you which one you want to get first. Lewis, you're going to get from the police station. Nora is a default hero that you get. There's also Lynn that you get for free in either Lucky Roulette or Black Market. Claude at the moment is not free, but I do believe he will be free eventually. So, and you could probably get him with gems. So just wait for when that happens. There's also going to be Bianca, which you can get from Value Lotto. And finally, there is Nakano Maya from the police station, which is a free range hero. You should also focus on getting VIP 13 as fast as possible. So whatever gems that you have saved up, use it during the gem rebate event to eventually reach this tier. That way you can get 3 legendary hero fragments per day, which will allow you to awaken more legendary heroes much faster. You should definitely buy the Super Monthly Pass, which costs us $9.99 US or $4.99 if it's your first time ever buying it. You should also get the 30-day Gem Pass, which is going to cost you $4.99 US dollars. This is a grand total of $14.98 or 1,498 gold. This will help you push to T6 faster because you can use those gems to buy victory badges during the gem rebate event or buy VIP tickets to speed up your progress towards getting VIP 13. By doing this, you will be left with $42.40 worth of gold or 4,240 gold. Unlike the free-to-play range players, you can actually work towards putting together a decent lineup of proper range troops instead of just a mishmash stash or whatever is available. Here's the best pairs for you to put together as a low spend range main player. So the pairing that is a must have at this time, especially in the field, is going to be Sophie and Julia. These two heroes together is a powerhouse that deals huge amount of damage, not to mention debuffing the enemy. The second pair of heroes that you must get is going to be a combination of Lyn and Claude. So Claude is a leader hero that does damage reduction, and as you know, range tends to be easier to kill, so Claude will help you survive longer, and by pairing him up with Lyn, it's going to be harder to kill Claude, allowing him to survive in a battle longer, which will allow you to debuff the enemy while buffing your team at the same time. Other pairings to aim for would include either Ethan and Lewis together or Ethan and Bard together. Keep in mind that Ethan and Bard together will be expensive as they are both top commander heroes, and it will take you a long time to get both of them, awaken them, and potentially even transcend both of them. Ultimately, you can pick Ethan first if you want to be more of a range garrison player, or Bard first if you want to do more range rally. I would say that Ethan is probably the better option right now because you can range rally with Julia and Lewis together, or you can do Sophie and Julia together. So there's options already for range rally, but there's no options for range garrison. But do keep in mind that Bard is in fact the best hero for range rally. So if range rally is what you want to do, then go get Bard first. For early game, you can pair Nora and Nikano together. Late game, they're pretty useless. Nora is kind of okay just because she is free, and having a free legendary hero is quite good. Lewis and Bianca are okay pair as well, mainly because Lewis will help Bianca fire off her buff much quicker, although they are quite soft and easy to kill. So do keep that in mind as well. You can also do a pairing of Chun and Jack Bronte, and they would be a speed pair as I covered in the range hero guide. I wouldn't bother with rider and infantry heroes as you would most likely be using your rider and infantry troops to fill the alliance garrison or rally during PvP events to help you earn extra points as well as to help your alliance win those events. Next, we're going to cover armaments. So the first one is going to be the weapon, and for the weapon, I would say that the marksman crossbow is probably the best option of the two, and you can buy this from the Armament shop, or you can buy it in the Journey store in Archipelago Raid. Next, we have the Wind Tracker hood, which is the better of the two options, and you can get the helmet armaments from Bounty Ground for free. So just make sure you do Bounty Ground every week. For the vest, the Camo Ghillie suit and the Stealth Ghillie suit are equally just as good. So it's going to be up to you which one you want to get. You can get this armament from the black market as well as the Armament shop. Next, we're going to be covering the backpack, and for the backpack, both the travel bag and the canvas quiver are both good. So again, up to you which one you want to get. Again, you can get this from the black market, the Doomsday vault, or the Armament shop. Next, we're going to cover the pants, and I would say the leggings is the better choice because it's more evergreen than the other option, and you can get this from the Armament shop or from the Arena store right here. I would say that focus on getting this in the Arena store and don't get it from the Armament shop just because it's better to use your metal shard on harder to get armaments such as the vest, backpack, or the weapon. Next, we're going to cover the shoes, and for the shoes specifically, either the combat boots or the canvas boots are good. So either or, it's going to be a preference at the end of the day. And again, while you can get it from the Armament shop, I don't recommend it. Instead, you should buy it from the Arena of Doom as it is available every week as long as you rank high enough in the arena. For devices, I would say the IE Augmenter is going to be one of your best options, which you can buy from the seasonal shop. You can buy 20 fragments, I think every 30 days or so. You can also get the IE Augmenter fragments from Archipelago Raid. As you can see, it is a reward for War Meets War, and it's also a reward for completing quests. Alternatively, you can also get the Nano Purifier, which is a reward, again, that you can get during Archipelago Raid under tactical sandboxes, and you can also get it when you kill chainsaw zombies as a quest. You also have the option of getting the EM turret from the base exploration event. This is going to be very slow to get, but it's worth it as you get more rage by doing basic attacks, which will allow you to fire your skill damage more frequently. One thing I forgot to mention when I was making the free-to-play video is under the store, you can also buy High Performance Motor, which will be a free device that you can get and easily slot to all your range heroes. So this is going to be one of your best go-to early to mid-game device until you're able to get better ones later on. You also want to collect purple honing chips, and during the honing challenge, you want to save up between 300 to 550 of them and use it so that you can get the red vials. I do recommend you destroy any armaments that you have that is not for range so that you can use the shards to make purchases at the Armament shop. If you see any superb armaments as well, you definitely want to break them down as well so that you have more metal shard, because low spend players don't really have a chance to build up their superb armament set as it's way too expensive. One major advantage though as low spend players is you should definitely buy under the Mega Armament sale the silver gift voucher, which will give you a lot of armaments for just $2.99. So you should definitely buy this every week, which will cost you a total of $11.96 per month, which is a total of 1,196 gold per month. By making these purchases, you'll be left with $30.44 worth of gold or 3,044 gold. Your eventual goal is to have 5-star gold armaments for all of the 6 armament slot as soon as possible for your Sophie and Julia, and a set of 5-star purple armaments for all 6 slots for your other range heroes. The second most important thing is going to be the workshop, and you can get T3 blueprints from the merit chest as a reward from the event. I would recommend you speak with your R4 or R5 team on how you can qualify to get these merit chests so that you can get the T3 device blueprint. There's also the ultimate device if your alliance gives you free gold that you can purchase, and you definitely want to focus on the light fire control for range squad attack and squad firepower, as well as the light protection for range squad defense and squad protection. For the rest of your workshop devices, I would say the best way to get them is actually by buying the T2 device blueprint from the radar station by exchanging bottle caps. So if you buy 100 of them, it's going to cost you 3,000 bottle caps. And if you buy 4 sets of these, that's going to cover the rider and also the infantry devices in the workshop that you're not going to focus too hard on, because your main focus is going to be those range devices within the workshop. Now, since you are low spend, you have again a major advantage, and that's going to be your ability to buy one of the best things to buy in this game, and that's going to be the customization elite. So this is an amazing deal because for $4.99 US, you're going to get 100 carbon steel and 10 T3 device blueprints. So this is a really good deal and one of the best things you can buy in this game to really power up your character. If you make this purchase every week for a total of 4 weeks, that's going to be $19.96 US or 1,996 gold. This will really power up your workshop really fast and really strong, and that's why low spend players has a massive advantage over free to play players. By making all these purchases, you should have $10.45 worth of gold left or 1,045 gold. The third most important thing is going to be the beast. And again, I'm gonna make a disclaimer here. My knowledge when it comes to beasts is quite limited at this point, so I can only give you a little bit of an advice. With that being said, in the future, once I have a deeper knowledge of how beast works, I am happy to make a comprehensive video on how they work. The way to look at beasts is it's very similar to armaments pretty much. So you can rank up the beasts by promoting it if you have duplicates of them, and then you can get the highest rank, which is going to be tier 13 essentially. You can also see that they have a might because you can equip chips, and chips acts like armaments, but it's for the beast. Pretty much it's a money grab. What can you do? It's really annoying, but I do think beast is ruining the game. The reason why it's the third most important is because the beasts are actually useless until you kill your opponent's beast. That's why armaments and workshop is more important, because if you kill the other player before either of your beasts is killed, then the beast essentially will not hurt either team's heroes. In the future though, it's going to be really broken because players that drop a lot of money in this game will have such a strong beast that they'll kill your beast really fast, and their beast will deal a lot of damage to your heroes as well. So right now it's still okay, but it's not going to be okay for long, especially once all the whale players starts buying up all the strong beasts available in this game. The one knowledge I do want to impart that I kind of know about, it's not my strongest knowledge base, again, just to give you a disclaimer, is if you look at beasts, some of them are able to do combo damage. So I kind of just want to explain that real quick. And the best way to do that is to look at the hero Catherine. So if you get her skin and look at her first skill, she actually has combo damage. And basically what it does is if you attack, there's a chance that you will attack again. And after you attack, there is another chance that you will attack again. Although the consecutive chances is going to be lower, but regardless, it is possible that you will get attacked several times in a row. And that's what combo damage is. And that's why it can be deadly, as it is a wild card when you're fighting other players. So it kind of works the same way for the beast. And I just want to make an example when I was browsing through earlier on how this combo damage thing worked and how beasts in general would probably play out into the future. So instead of obsessing over, oh, do I have a fire beast, a water beast, and a grass beast? Does fire destroy grass and grass destroys water and water destroys fire? I think the better way to do it is which combination can trigger the most amount of damage in a row. And I was just playing around and I was looking at this Pluto jellyfish. And if you look at the max value of this, it says here that not only will it deal corrosion on the target, which is pretty much poison, and their life will go down over time. It says here that for 12 active skills used in a single battle, inflicts 1 additional stacks of corrosion on the target the next time the leader skill is used, up to a maximum of 2 attacks. So as you can see, they're already telling you that you can have consecutive active skills being used at one time. If you look at the jellyfish second skill, has 70% chance to inflict corrosion, right? And for every 6 active skills used, In a single battle, you can use the active skill one more time. Third skill is for one stack of corrosion inflicted to the target in a single battle, gains corrosion damage by plus 20 and combo plus 20, up to a maximum combo of 120. So basically, what this means is if you look at attributes, this combo attribute is going to go up, meaning the probability of a combo happening is going to be even higher, meaning you can attack, then attack again, then attack again, then attack again. And I would just ignore the last skill here, but I was just looking up what will happen if you pair up the Pluto jellyfish with the general crab. And as you can see here, if you read the description, this skill can be triggered by counterattacks or combos. So basically, because the jellyfish has such a high combo, there's a high chance this is going to get triggered. Look at the attribute of the crab is also high in combo as well. So the first thing it's going to do is going to add more corrosion damage, which you know is poison, so it's going to be poison on top of poison, right? So the first thing we're going to look at is the support skill here. So basically, when triggering a combo, inflicts corrosion damage on the target. That means it's going to add additional poison to the enemy. But it also gains leader combo plus 50. That means the combo attribute is going to go up, meaning the chances of a combo happening again goes even higher, which is ridiculous. And then the other passive skill here is when using the leader skills, when the leader uses their skill, the combo goes up by plus 50 for 3 seconds, again increasing the chances of combo happening even more. So basically, this is going to be a combo monster. If a combo is triggered during this time, has a 30% chance to trigger another combo. Jesus Christ, that is so much combo happening. That means damage on top of damage on top of damage because of freaking jellyfish and crab combination. And the last skill here is not as useful unless the crab is the leader. But basically, you can see how the crab's combo damage will bounce off the jellyfish because when a combo is triggered, the invincible whip will be triggered again. So basically, the invincible whip gets triggered, and because the value of the leader beast already has high combo, they can combo again, which will go back to the crab and trigger their pincer strike again. And then it'll go back to the jellyfish, and it'll go back to the crab, and you can see that this is a huge amount of damage. So these two is deadly together. Now, I'm not saying to pick the jellyfish and the general crab. The jellyfish is going to be super hard to get. It's a rare beast, meaning it's like the super version of the beast, so it's going to be super hard to get. No wonder it's so strong, right? So do play around with all the different beasts. Look at a different combination, whether that be combo, whether that be crit or counter attack, because any of those three options can create that zigzag back and forth ping pong effect of proctoring more active skill. I would say if you're low spend, you should mainly focus on the purple ones, as getting the gold ones are pretty hard. Like right now, I'm almost maxed out the crystal pangolin. Is it the best one? It's not. I mainly picked it because of damage reduction of 1.5% for the hero. It's a small amount, but it's better than nothing. And mainly just to have a beast that's gonna take the hit from the enemy, that's going to absorb the enemy beast attack while I focus on killing their heroes. In the future, once I get a chance to research this more deeply, I'm gonna figure out which beast will pair up well with the crystal pangolin. And if I don't find a good beast with crystal pangolin, I don't mind just moving on and accepting that I screwed up and I should be finding two beast pairs that are better to invest my energy and potentially investment in. Other ways that you can earn beasts would be the beast search. So as you can see right now, I am saving up all this energy key until I have enough that I can get a beast fragment choice box, because these are better deals than if you just open them and got like the purple ones. I want to be able to get the gold ones, so I'm waiting, saving up until I have enough to open at least 100, if not more. There's also the new Wasteland Challenge where you can get beasts as well. In the Island Raid store, you can also get Corpse Bull and Crystal Pangolin. In the Biochemical Beast store, you can get water, fire, and grass type beasts. You can get chips from the Biohazard Frenzy. As you can see here, you can develop the chips, aka the armaments for the beasts. And also added in the Raider Station is the ability to buy the Raider Station Pass, which is going to cost you $4.99 US dollars. And if you make this purchase, it's going to leave you with $5.46 US dollars worth of gold left, or 546 gold. So this is a decent buy for many reasons, which includes your ability to get Volcano Rhino fragments. So this is kind of like a discounted beast, you could say. Spore Deer, I think this one changes actually for the purple ones, but I'm not sure. I have to double check. And you can get Legendary Beast Stem, Elite Beast Stem. So it really helps. Plus you'll get more ball caps, so you can purchase Lava Rhino fragments and Badlands Boar fragments. Not to mention, if you're lazy, you can just collect all these items here on the Raider Station without having to freaking click them one at a time, which is really tedious. The next important thing in this game for low spend players is going to be the equipment, which you can get from doing the Antipede hunt, as well as being able to buy them from the arena store for the carbon steel, as well as the defensive fabric. And you can also get it from the shipment center under Doomsday Express when you raid some of these trucks. I would say for range players, the first priority would be the Vanguard backpack to get that squad basic attack damage. It's also evergreen, so if you want to use infantry or rider squads as well, then it will help boost them up in the short term if you want to use those other heroes. The next priority I would say is going to be the gun, and that's going to be for the training speed as well as the range squad attack. Next would be the helmet for hospital capacity and range squad defense. And then we're going to go with the vest for 10% squad capacity, followed by the pants to help you get research speed and push for T6 faster, and then the shoes for stamina recovery speed. And last but not least, the dagger, which is the most useless because by then your building would all have been upgraded already. The next priority after the equipment is going to be refinement. And for refinement, again, you want to focus on the backpack first because you can reduce the death rate, which is super important, and the squad travel speed is also super important. After the backpack, you're going to go with the gun, which will increase the range squad attack and also training speed, followed by the helmet for range squad defense and healing speed. And I would say the next one would be the dagger for reduction on training materials use, followed by the shoes for raiding resources, pants for research speed. Again, you probably don't need it. By the time you get this, you probably already have everything researched. And the most useless would probably be the armor. It's going to take you a long time to really refine a lot of these stuff because it takes forever to get the nano coating, which you will get in the DLS store and Archipelago Raid. So under the seasonal shop, you need 30 DLS points to buy one golden nano coating. And also, it's one of the incentives to win Archipelago Raid because you do get a free nano coating as well. Most likely in your career as a range, it'll take you forever to get the body, the gun, and the helmet, so you won't even have to worry about refining the other equipments here. Last but not least, there's going to be the parts, which is super expensive and definitely something that you're not going to invest any money in as a mid-spend player. Long time ago, I did used to buy Bloody Brandy, but I don't think it's worth it anymore. And for the priority for this, it's definitely going to be the canteen first for squad damage reduction, followed by the rope for skill damage dealt, and then the compass for squad damage. Afterwards, it's going to be the anti-recoil stock and the lightweight liner for range squad HP, followed by laser scope, followed by the silencer and the respirator for range squad defense, and last but not least, the laser scope and ballistic goggles for range squad attack. The other parts are not useful to range mains at all. Next thing we're going to cover is going to be the PvP events, and at this time they are the Archipelago Raid, Genesis War, and Island Raid. Maybe in the future they're going to add more events, but in order to compete nicely as a low spend players, I would recommend having a minimum of 2 farm accounts, if not 5. That way you can keep earning lots of resources that you can feed into your main account. That way when you do go to those events, you can fight in the field for as long as possible, allowing you to build up more War Meets War points, as well as earning extra rewards if it's a different event, such as Island Raid. I do recommend joining an alliance with healing tools and also to max out all the quests in every event. And this is also going to be your last purchase, which is going to be PvP related, which is the privileges subscription. So this is really good for you to get to T6 faster, allow you to train troops faster as well, increase your stamina recovery. The aid station privileges are really good also because it adds 20% to your aid station capacity, aid station recovery of 10%, and intake rate of 5%. Also note that 85% of deaths will also be sent to the aid station, so more of your troops will survive the battle. And of course, if you're lazy, you can click the collect all on the alliance shopping rewards. So I think this is a worthwhile purchase if you do a lot of PvP events. The last thing we're going to cover is going to be alliance gold. So if your alliance gives you gold, and you should definitely join an alliance that has a fair distribution of gold to their members. The first thing that I would say is going to be a must buy for you is going to be the growth fund. So you have the option of spending an extra $20 in your first month of playing this game to buy the growth fund, or you can save up your alliance gold and buy the growth fund, which is one of the best things you can ever buy in this game because you get so much gems. The next thing that you want to buy, again, saving up your alliance gold for this, is the ultimate device T3 blueprints. So I do think it's going to cost you $75 US or 7,500 gold to complete buying all of it, but it's totally worth it. One of the best deals in this game. Next, there's going to be the Mad Racer to get the Dicky Z4, which is good for range. It's going to cost you $19.99 or 1,999 gold. So this deal doesn't come all the time, but when it pops up, you should definitely buy it. And last but not least, if you've already gotten those other ones that I mentioned, then getting armaments with your alliance gold from the black market is also an economical option. It's also a good idea to make your purchases during events where you can have the multiplier effect. And what I mean by multiplier effects is you are stacking benefits. So for example, during the mystery treasure event, if you spend $20 to $40 or 2,000 to 4,000 gold during that event, then you can pretty much max out all the rewards available in that event, which will allow you to get extra armaments for spending the same amount of money. So that's what I mean by multiplier effect, is that you're at least doubling the benefit you get. Sometimes there's even other events available, like this one called daily rewards. So if you buy an item that gives you direct gems, so 2,500 gems in total, you're going to be able to open this chest. And if you buy it for 5 times in total, then you really stack up the benefits. So imagine having this kind of event available, plus mystery treasure, plus whatever it is that you're going to buy anyways, then you get 3x the benefit from the same purchase. So that's what I mean by being smart when it comes to spending your money or spending the gold in the game. Anyways, that's about it for this video on the strategy guide for low spend range main players. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.